Hello everyone, this is JigglypuffWithAGun, formerly EB Agent J, and this is my new channel. And in this video, I actually did post-recording, so nothing I'm saying has anything to do with what's going on in the background of the video. Yeah, sorry about that, so, if you want to scream at me over stupid mistakes that I'm making in the video, then, go ahead. But anyway, this is my new channel, where I'll be doing a fresh start. I will be doing what are called drive-by Let's Plays from my former channel, where I record an entire game in one session and then post it up all at once. But I'll also be doing some Minecraft adventure maps, and what will probably be the highlight of this channel is my Minecraft Hardcore Survival Challenge. Now, if you're not familiar with Minecraft's Hardcore Survival mode, at first, you're locked into the hardest difficulty. Can't switch to peaceful to get rid of some mobs, can't even go down, to something easier. You're stuck on hardcore. And all that entails, which is, higher HP on all the mobs. They're more aggressive. Zombies can break into your house. It's a mess. Also, you only got one life. You can't respawn. You die, it's game over. You gotta restart. And what I'm going to be doing is I have a list of challenges that I want to accomplish in hardcore survival mode. Now obviously I will not be doing these all in one attempt, but I'll be clarifying the list on this video, and then I'll also post a copy of it in the About section, and then as I accomplish the goals on that list, I will mark it off with the number of the attempt where I accomplished it. Now keep in mind that the goal of hardcore survival is just that, you have to survive. I mean, there's no point in setting up a house and everything because, you're not going to respawn. However, a lot of the goals that I have here are things that are more geared towards normal survival. So basically I'm trying to do normal survival in a hardcore survival setting. Because ideally, in hardcore survival, you'll just take your bed, your furnace, your crafting table, and keep on going. Don't stop. And when night comes, you find a little hidey hole, you light it up, and you go to sleep. So anyway, here is the list of challenges. First is to survive the first day. Yet, that's a no-brainer. Second is to establish a base. Now what this means is it's got to be at least 9 by 9 or 7 by 7 diameter inside. So it's gotta be like a 9 by 9 frame. So there's 7 by 7 blocks of room inside. It's gotta be at least 3 blocks tall. It's gotta have some sort of flooring and some sort of ceiling or roof. So I have to put some degree of building into this. It can be into, the side of a mountain or something, or in a cave or something, but I have to put some degree of building into it. And next is find iron. Again, that should not be too difficult because usually iron's not that hard to find. Get a full set of iron armor and tools. And that's not cumulative. I have to do a full set of iron armor and tools in one playthrough. If I get like everything but a hoe and die, then that doesn't count. I have to go back and, the challenge is reset. So I have to have a full set of iron armor, plus a sword, an axe, a pickaxe, a hoe, and a shovel. Build a farm with 112 plots of wheat without using bone meal. Now, first, 112 plots is because I build 2 7-block trenches for water, and each one can irrigate up to 4 blocks away. So with the 2 trenches, I can have 4 on one side, 8 in the middle, 4 on the other, and so that's 16 rows, which is 16 by 7 is 112 plots. Now the reason why I'm saying don't use bone meal. Now I know bone meal got nerfed. I am using 1.5.1. The reason why I said without using bone meal is because if you make the wheat grow to its full, growing stage, then you can get more seeds that way, because in full wheat tends to give out at least 2 seeds. And so I either have to wait for the wheat to grow fully to get more seeds, or I have to go and tear down a lot of grass to get all the seeds that I need. I don't have to have the farm fully grown, I just have to have it established with all the plots having wheat growing. Next is survive a full night outside and on the surface. What this means is I have to be outside where the mobs are. I can't be in a mine. I can't be in a shelter, even if I'm not sleeping. I can't build anything to, try to protect myself. I have to use my seed-given surroundings to try to survive the full night. I have to, I can run around and try to hide from mobs. I can try to take them on. But, it's not an easy thing to do, even in the easier difficulties. So, I have to manage to, survive a full night, outside where mobs can get me. And I will say that the one exception to the mine rule is every once in a while you'll find a cavern that goes down, then goes straight and comes right back out. It doesn't go down, any deeper. I can run into those, and that's because there's like a 50-50 chance of those being a help or a hinder, because they can also form choke points when mobs come in from both sides. They're usually not very long. So yeah, that's what I mean by that. Next is find diamond. And, that's self-explanatory. Next is to get a full set of diamond armor and a diamond sword. Now, I'm not going to do full diamond tools because, frankly, there are some tools you just don't need as diamond, like a diamond hoe, or, diamond axe. I don't think I'm going to be chopping down a lot of trees in any of my playthroughs, even the ones where I have to set up a base. Diamond pickaxe you need to, harvest obsidian. But I'll probably, because I'm not going to be doing these in order, I might make a diamond pickaxe and harvest obsidian, before I have an armor and sword or whatever. Which brings me to the next challenge. Enter the Nether. Now, I didn't actually put harvest obsidian as a challenge on purpose, because I actually have a method of more or less safely creating an obsidian generator, and I'll be showing that to you. But, I can usually find a source of lava on the surface, or I can bring lava up onto the surface, and, in the same method a similar method that you would make a cobblestone generator, I can make an obsidian generator. I've done it before, and that's how I usually get the obsidian I need to make a nether portal. So yeah, enter the nether. Get at least 1 full stack of nether quartz, which is new for 1.5. And nether quartz is, the reason why I did a full stack is because you can see it everywhere, and it tends to come in big veins like the coal does. But, the nether's a dangerous place, and it's all scattered around and stuff, so I decided a full stack was reasonable. Next is find a stronghold in the nether. So, you know what those look like. They're made out of nether bricks. They have nether wart inside of them and soul sand, and usually there's at least 1 blaze spawner, which brings us to get at least 1 blaze rod. And blaze rods are helpful in, potion brewing and stuff. And next challenge is to create an enchanting room capable of max enchantment level. That one is going to be really hard because you need tons and tons and tons of paper, tons and tons and tons of leather, and then on top of that you need at least 2 diamonds and 4 obsidian to make the actual enchanting table. But it's got to be capable of a max enchantment, which is, I believe, level 30. So, if I can get that set up and enchant one thing, at least one thing, with a full level enchantment, a level 30 enchantment, then I'm done. I've got the enchanting room challenge complete. Next is to find a dungeon, which is, the next few are going to be more or less luck of the draw. You know, you've got to have a good seed going. So find a dungeon. A separate challenge is survive the dungeon and get the rewards. Because, you know, I can find a dungeon and then the mobs can just overwhelm me and I'll die. But, you know, I might get those two challenges together, I might not. Next is to find a jungle or desert temple. I will, you know, mark the attempt and which one that I found. I've actually never seen a jungle temple, but I have seen several desert temples and explored them, and I'm pretty good at exploring them without setting off the trap. But, you know, I'll mark which one I found in which attempt, and if I end up finding both, then, you know, I'll mark off, you know, which one I found in each attempt. You know, desert an attempt, whatever, jungle an attempt, whatever. Find a village. Reasonable enough. Get to visit the testificates. Get at least one ender pearl. Endermen are really, really hard to fight in the best of situations. I mean, I'd probably rank them as hard or harder than the Blazemen because of their teleportation and everything else. They're just, not only are they hard to fight, but it's actually hard to get one down once you've aggroed it. Because sometimes they'll just take off and you won't even get to finish the job. So yeah, get at least one ender pearl. Find a stronghold, which would require me getting a lot of blaze rods and a lot of ender pearls. And defeat the ender dragon, which is, you know, the same as above. So basically, my hardcore survival checklist is everything that would be on most people's regular survival checklist, which, you know, takes a long time and many tries and many deaths. So, I don't think I'm ever going to finish those last two, but, you know, I can keep trying. I have, in fact, you know, gone to the end and beaten the ender dragon before, and when I beat the ender dragon, although it was on normal difficulty, I believe, I did do it on the first try. So, there's that. It's also because I'm pretty good with a bow, so I was able to take out the towers pretty quickly. But yeah, other than that, the only thing to note for the hardcore survival list is I'm doing this completely vanilla. There's no mods, and no cheats, nothing. I have to do this all legit, nothing to help me, on my own. Which, according to the background video, will probably not go very well, but, you know, in theory, I'll get more skilled as I go along. So anyway, that's the hardcore survival list. Like I said, you can keep consulting here to see what my list is, or you can go to the About, where I will post this list in full. And other than that, just let me know what you think, because good, bad, I'm the Jigglypuff with the gun.